All right, Deezy, we're here watching our opening credits of our podcast show. I enjoyed tonight's game. Now I'll let you know the full disclosure. I was Mr. Mom. I was Mr. Mom this afternoon, so I had the young one all day up until about 7:00. So I agreed to watch his iPad so I could watch the game. And there was at one point, my oldest son came in and was like, "Oh, he dunked it." And then I said, "What number?" 17. I was like, "That's right. That's right. Shaden dunked it." So let's get into this because I was in and out of the game. I did watch it. I know it was the Spurs' 50th anniversary. I know Matt Bonner was there running around at halftime with a flannel shirt on. And it was Sean, I can't remember his last name, Sean Elliott calling this for the Spurs. And he said that was I heard him say, on the sharp Richter scale, that was a earth-shattering dunk. So let's get your vibe on tonight's game. What was going on?
We'll start with Shaden if you want. I think that was his best game of the year. Looked the most confident. Obviously had a couple of spectacular, jaw-dropping, going to make the top 10 list dunks tonight. His stroke looked pure, and good to see him round back into form. Didn't look anything like we saw over the past 5 or 6 games. Looked like he was living up to his potential tonight. So congrats to the young man for probably his best game of the season.
That was beautiful to see. I could tell he was a little relaxed and in the game. And they needed him. Now, I guess my other question would be, because it's the Spurs' 50th anniversary, did they welcome Eubanks back with open arms?
Yeah, absolutely. They had a small salute to Drew. I got to see a little bit of it in the coverage. And then it was also noted on the telecast that it wasn't as big a welcome as the last time he came to town. He got a much video montage on the big screen of his time in San Antonio. But yes, definitely a fan favorite everywhere he goes.
Yeah, he was throwing it down. I saw him throw it down a couple times. So Pop was had this like no look on his face.
Yeah, Pop. But Pop's
go ahead.
Given Pop's tenure, it's getting a little long in the tooth. He's really hanging in there for an elder statesman, coach wise. You know, we've seen all the young coaches and the new Chauncey Billups being a perfect example. The new breed of coaches coming in. So Pop's a bit of a
yeah. It seems like he's a little. Maybe he's just waiting. He's waiting for the number 1 pick. So what are you going to do? Just sit around, watch these guys play? And I know they were down a couple guys. So you're one of your favorite, Potali.
Jakob Poeltl was out.
Yeah,
a favorite of mine. But as we know, I'm kind of a big man-ophile. I like the big men. So wherever we go, wherever team we see, if there's a big man there, I'm probably going to like him.
So we saw Dame feeling a little comfortable, a little loose, shooting it. He was on fire again, getting back into the groove. Ant was in the groove. A lot of people are calling Ant, little mini Dame, can kind of shoot the same way. Although, just one thing that I noticed is I can tell when Ant is not going to make his shot. If he doesn't elevate high enough or he doesn't have that form, it's just a little bit off. But then you can see when he's on. But I want to ask you this question real quick. Since they were talking about Sharp and it's his best game so far, I got the chance to being in Los Angeles to watch Darius Miles as a young man, not the Blazers Darius Miles, but the Clippers Darius Miles, who was super athletic and crazy. And yes, yeah. Do you see any similarities, or is it a totally different game?
The Darius Miles to me was a little skinnier, a little thin of frame, whereas our hero definitely doesn't fit that mold. He's definitely built in a different manner, and he's only 19.
So am I saying correctly? Nerlens
Nerlens
the big guy out of Detroit. There we go. Do we need him? Are we trading for him? Do we want him?
I did not. You want to run by those trade rumors?
Yeah, so I guess we're in negotiations along with Miami and Dallas, and I can't remember the other team. Into getting him, I don't know what we would trade or give up. I guess we need another big man, but I don't want to put a damper on Eubanks's play. So, but do we need him? Do we need to get him there?
Well, the way this team is starting to gel and mold, it just would be a shame to see anyone leave this team. Would I take a player like Nerlens Noel, a proven big man who was a high draft pick, who could probably help any team in the post? An unselfish player doesn't need the ball or his number called. Absolutely, would love a player like that, but just a little resistant to give up anyone that we've seen on the floor so far.
Yeah, that's my question. Without Gary Payton II coming and haven't played yet, and there's all this talk about Festus, the guy that we put in a uniform for 5 seconds and then he never played again. People are getting worried about that, but I don't think that's what's happening. He had core surgery. It takes a while to come back from.
Yeah, I have a core that's not only never been surgically repaired, but never even gotten out of the box.
There you go. So we're not. He's not Festus. You know that guy's name. I'm horrible with names. Festus. Yeah, he's not. He's no Festus Ezeli.
Who is?
Who is Festus Ezeli? All right, Bo Dizzy. I think it's the Texas Triangle. I believe it's the Mavs and then the Rockets. So I think we're going to see a Texas sweep.
Well, that's very encouraging that you think that. However, on being the opposite side of the coin there, obviously the Mavericks are a team that are highly touted. They got probably, in my money, the MVP of the season so far in Luka, and a team that we lost to last time around. And also a team like the Rockets, who are also underappreciated as they've been playing tough home games as of late. This team's starting to figure it out, and I mean, a sweep is definitely a possibility, but definitely not overlook anyone on this road trip.
Well, let's hopefully Luka has a heavy meal, is bloated when he comes to play, and has some cigarettes.
Talk about that a little bit. No one really talks about Luka's physique, and I'm not going to start right now, but definitely doesn't have the body of a typical superstar in the NBA, and more power to him.
All right, Bo Dizzy, we'll see you for the Mavericks and see if Luka smokes his pack of cigarettes and eats his Italian food, and we'll see how that works out.
Good to see you tonight.
All right.